everyone, and welcome to a new video on the channel. Today we are looking at the giveaway journal that I have been setting up behind the scenes for the last few weeks. This is a journal that I gave away on Instagram earlier in the year, and I've been working closely with the winner. The giveaway was the option for a custom made bullet journal or reading journal, sorry, for 2024, and the winner had a very interesting theme. She has asked for a elemental styled theme throughout the whole year. So that was a little bit different than what I had planned, but it's been really fun to work a little bit outside of the box. And today I am going to show you the first two pages that I set up aside from the title page or the cover page that you might have seen me flip past. Everything else has been recorded aside from some of the monthlies as it gets a bit repetitive, but I'm going to share everything with you all with the intention of helping those who are looking at starting in 2024 with a reading journal or at any stage when you might watch this video, and what kind of pages you want to have at the beginning of your reading journal and how to set them up. I have a lot of people that turn to me at times and say that they really like my journal but they feel like it's quite overwhelming to start one of their own, and I want to just assure people that it's actually not that difficult. It just takes some time, some patience, and a little bit of equipment. We're not going to lie, it does cost some money to set one of these up, but a lot of creativity will be quite enjoyable for you if you decide to do that. I wanted to keep these videos entire, so normally when I set up my journal, if there's bits where I'm just doing the most mundane things like tracing in a header, as you see me just do, I tend to skip those, but I wanted to leave them in so I could show people what each step is along the way. And that's my intention with all of these collection pages at the start of this journal to share. Like I think I said it, actually I don't think I did. I am going to only show these two pages here today in this video, and I do appreciate if you decide that you don't want to sit here and watch that and come back for some of the others that are more interesting. These two pages are very basic but much required in a journal for someone, especially when it's their first journal. And we've got an index to the left, which I've already set up, and it's very basic. I wanted to keep everything in these collection pages quite simple and clean, so the winner could use them and personalize them in any way that she would like to in the future. There is one page which will be in the next video that is not at all like the rest, and I had a lot of fun setting it up, but for the majority of the setup of these collection pages, I've gone with this purple theme. I've used a font called Special Ramen that I have downloaded, I believe, from Creative Fabrica or Design Bundles, one of them. I'll check and I'll have it linked below, along with all the supplies that I use. And I've just printed them out and traced around them. There is no need to worry about your handwriting when you're setting up a journal. You can easily go ahead and print out so many things to help you in the long run. So as you can see, I've just traced the header, and now I'm going to show you how I refixed this little layout that I had of all the boxes for the reading challenge. So my friend who won this journal only reads about 8 books a month, and so her goal for 2024 she asked to be was 60. I have gone with that for her on this page in a very simple way. I've made a square for each book that she reads, and she can add a little key at any point for what colouring she wants to do them when she fills them in. I tend to fill mine in by month, but she might want to do them by what format she read them in or what genre they are. There's a really big range of ideas that you can put into when fulfilling these boxes, and I've left it very blank so she can decide on that herself. She has her own way of star ratings, so that might be another way of doing it. I've left it entirely blank for her, so you will see that there's as much personality into this journal as you would if it was my own. However, I have done quite a lot of work to set this up in a functional yet aesthetic way for the winner. And I am really excited to start sharing the more interesting pages with you all. I set this up in about 35 minutes, so it's very achievable as long as you just sit there and plan it out a little bit beforehand. Like you can see, there's no real decoration aside from those headers, and I just printed them out, and just a lot of ruling to set something like this. I am very excited to see how this gets filled in with the winner when she gets the book. I'm not sure how she'll go about it, like I said, but I really thought about the placement of where to put this reading challenge, and I think next to the index makes a lot of sense, because when she's getting used to the journal, to try and find the pages where they are in the journal, since it's going to be fully set up for her, she'll be able to look at this page and be either inspired or reminded that she has to fill in yet another box. I always find this page one of my favorites to fill in each year because it just gets so colorful, and I cannot wait to see, like I said, how she fills this in. We're almost done with this page. I only have a bunch of numbers to fill in once we finish all the boxes off. And I do end up putting a little bit of decoration down the bottom. Like I mentioned, I kept this whole collection portion of the journal quite simple and minimal, just so she can put her own stamp on it. I did use a lot of decorative paper in setting up this journal, and for the front pages I went with this one purple piece of paper that you're about to see on camera once I've finished filling in all the numbers. And then I also went with a couple of stamps from the Quirky Cup Collective. I have their reading, I think it's reading book. I will put the correct title um, in the description with the link to the stamps, and it has some blank books that I filled in. I was intending to use them in the bookshelf, but I went an entirely different route with that one, so I ended up using them as decoration instead. And here's that paper. Isn't it really pretty? I thought it would go well because this is an elemental themed notebook, and it has sort of like a wispy, smoky look to it. And I don't know a lot about elements. Well, I didn't until started setting this up. So I thought it would go really well, and it has matched in quite well with all the other portions that I've done so far. I will be sharing the rest of this journal, like I mentioned, hopefully every week, and then we will have a flip through of what is set up. But these two pages are now complete, and I hope that you've enjoyed this process so far. Like I mentioned at the beginning, it's very simple to set up a reading journal. You just need time and some patience and some ideas. So I hope that I've inspired you to at least think about setting up one for 2024. Let me know if you want to, if you need any more guidance. I will be happy to slow things down in any way. But until we next meet, I hope that you have fun reading. I also hope that if you are going to set up a journal for 2024, you let me know what theme you're going to use. I personally don't think that I have a theme set yet, and we're getting to the end of November, so I better start thinking about it. But all my mind is currently focusing on is this journal. I am very thrilled that you spent some with me today, and like I said, I will be back with the next video in this series very soon. You'll really want to look out for that one. It's very colourful. Until we next see each other, bye everyone!